All right, everything's recording. Welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Peter, and today we're going to do some drawing with the pen in this little box, a Moonman pen, a mini fountain pen, I think. I've seen some other people posting pictures of it and stuff, and I thought, hey, I've bought some Moonman pens in the past. Why don't I have that one yet? And so then I bought it, and here it is. Somehow it got to me by the magic of shipping. Here's some of the other Moonman pens I have. I don't remember which models are which. They have weird model names that are not super easy to remember, like C1 and M2, stuff like that. This one rolls very easily. This one doesn't roll quite as easily because it has a small gem here on the side, which keeps it from rolling too far. And this one looks perfectly round, except that it has a slight flat spot here on one side. But you can kind of see there's a trend here. They're kind of sleek, clear-ish, and I like them. I like what I've gotten so far from Moonman. But now, the Moonman Mini check it out, Moonman. And this seems to be their slogan, which almost to me seems like something that was lost in translation a little bit. Feel the temperature of writing. I mean, it makes you think, but I don't know if I've quite figured it out yet. It is a nice box. I like it. Wait. Okay. I thought it was Stucker. I was opening it wrong. You can see Moonman, nice, slick. Oh yeah, this does seem to be a trend here that you can use the Moonman bodies, the body of the pen as an eyedropper fill is what it's called. Or I guess you could get some sort of cartridge, piston filler cartridge, converter or cartridge. They leave you with options, but all three of these, actually doesn't even look like I've used this one, but I think I did use a different one and I gave it away or something like that. This one does look brand new. Whoa, I don't know if I realized how, I don't know if I realized the proportions of this pen. This is a funny feeling pen, although it doesn't feel awful in the hand here. And it says Moonman Mini, but it's only mini in one dimension, obviously. Let me put it next to the other Moonman pens here. It seems to be maybe 4/5 as long, so it's not that much shorter. It is shorter, obviously, because these are all almost the exact same length. But it is like, maybe it has like, I'm bad at estimating circumference, but much more. It's much girthier. Now, taking the caps off of these other pens, I think all you'll notice is that each nib is different. Only two of them actually say Moonman on them. This one just says Iridium Point. This one says Moonman Super Quality E. And two of them are more golden. But this newest one says Jinhao 18K GP. Does that mean gold plated or something? I'm not sure. A lot of people know more about this stuff than me, and it's probably all documented somewhere. I'll put a link to it so you can read up on the specifics yourself. Oh, I just noticed something. Look at the cap of it. It's like a loop. That's very cool. It gives you like a very zoomed in close-up view of the nib. You can see if it's aligned well or not. The spacing, you can even see the infinitesimal space between the tines there. Normally, it'd be much harder to see. This is the real size of it. And then with the cap on, you see a lot more. Look at that. That's a cool feature. Here on the edge, around this band, it says Moon Man. All right, let's put some ink in here and see what it's like to draw with. I'm expanding my collection of Iroshizuku inks. I've gotten 2 more boxes of it from Gold Spot. Here are the ones I have so far. 2 of them are limited 100th anniversary editions. So they kind of don't, the only bad parts about them is they're a little bit rarer maybe just because they don't make them anymore. I regret buying them a little bit just because the labels won't match other inks I buy. But there's like a purplish one, a bluish one, kind of cyan, and a pinkish red one. Mosu. Wonderful colors there. And then here we have Konpeki and Tsutsuji. I'm going to open the Tsutsuji also, but I think I'm going to use the Konpeki. I don't know. I just want to draw with blue today. Ooh. That is nice. I love these bottles. There's the Tsutsuji. Oh, maybe I can put the Tsutsuji in this other pen that's empty. I'll just clean out this other pipette really quick. There we go. Oh, look in the lid there. It's so bright. There we go. Oh yeah, I remember filling up this pen in the other video I made with it. It's like filling up a tiny, skinny little goblet with ink. The best rule when filling up pens is to not put the pipette in your mouth. Also, probably not to try to stand it up like this while you get a paper towel. The best rule I was going to say, which would have avoided all this, is to have paper towels ready. Somewhere to put inky stuff down on immediately. So you're not looking around. I dropped a blob of ink onto this sketchbook. Which is good, though, because otherwise it would have landed on my pants. Oh, my goodness. Okay, before I go further, I should put this on here. There we go. It's hard to remember which lid goes on which. We'll try that in a minute. Right now, let's use our other fresh pipette, or slash, I guess, eyedropper, to put some Konpeki, this nice blue Iroshizuku Konpeki. Let's put this into our new Moonman Mini. As you can see, it has a very thick wall, but it still should be a nice big reservoir, which seems to be the same with most eyedropper pens or pens that you can use in this way, is that you can fit quite a bit of ink in there. Like more than you'd need for most practical applications. It could probably take me a long time before I have to refill this. There we go, that's probably enough for now. All right, let me put the top on. It does have a little rubber gasket here. Probably not bad to have some silicone gel or whatever it's called. I have some of it around here somewhere. If you're running into leaking problems, you can dab some of that on there. This is still very comically proportioned pen. I think we can all agree. All right, it's my sketchbook with new ink stains on it where it protected my lap. Let's find a good page to do some testing on. There should be a few pages here in the middle. Oh yeah, let's try it here. Okay, first, this is Hiroshizuku Tsuji. Hiroshizuku Tsuji. Oh, this is nice. I don't even remember which model pen, which Moonman pen this is exactly, but I like it still. I should use it again sometime. I like the feel of it. And this color, this vibrant pink, I don't know what to call it. Wonderful. All right, and now let us try out. Oh wait, I have a piece of paper I can put behind this one in case the ink starts leaking through. Let's try out this one, the Moonman Mini. I think it is important to put the cap on the back here so that you can hold it right. All right. Get on down there, ink. Did anyone notice any problems with the nib? Was it too spaced out when you saw it under the magnifying scope of the lid there? It's scary to shake a pen like this, but oh, moving it backwards helped a little. There we go. Hiroshizuku Konpeki. Oh yeah. This pen feels good too. Like it fills out the hand nicely. Like at first I thought it would be very awkward and weird, but it's not actually a joke. It felt like a joke when I first looked at it. It feels good. I mean, if you grip it too hard, the cap maybe starts to come off, but maybe don't grip it too hard. You should be gripping it here at the end, right? The cap only comes off if you perform like a full hand grip and provide pressure here at the back of your hand, you know? Which shouldn't really happen through normal usage. Oh, but this ink is beautiful also. I wonder if there are other pens proportioned like this, because it is not bad. But, of course, as always, I will only form a full opinion on it after I've spent an hour or 2 or 3 or 6 with it in my hand trying to draw a picture. Moon Man Mini. All right, let us draw. All right, so I'm going to do 2 drawings here. The first one, as you can see here with this nice Iroshizuku blue ink, but you'll probably not be surprised to hear that I'm going back to the black ink for the second drawing. I don't know what it is. I just like the black ink, even if somehow a whole rainbow were somehow captured and encapsulated in an ink bottle, and I could put that in my pen. I think I'd probably still reach for a bottle of black ink. Something about it. Maybe it's just the contrast. White paper, black ink. I just like it, okay? I don't have to explain it. I'm just telling you what I like. Now, a little bit more about this pen. I did a brief Google session, right? I opened up Google, I typed a couple of things in, and there's a lot out there about this pen. Some of it is, well, there's some pen drama, all right? So first of all, some of you may know that this is not the first pen of this design, and I'm not that surprised, okay, because Moon Man does seem to have a habit of running with other popular pen designs. Some people don't like that. I personally don't mind at all, because they, in my opinion, they still do tend to put their own twist on things. However, some companies like Koiko don't think they're putting enough of their own twist on things, and for example, it seems like, now don't take me as the final word on this. I have no authoritative information on this. For example, I don't know if it was the Moon Man T1. Also, I never mentioned this is the Q1. That's the model of this one. But I've showed it in a previous video back when I lived in my other apartment. The T1 has a cap very similar to some of the Koiko pens. It looks very similar, has a different number of sides. But Koiko seemed to be getting upset with how similar some of Moon Man's pens were, and it seems like Koiko registered the Moon Man trademark in Europe, which made it so that Moon Man had to change their name from Moon Man. And it seems like maybe they're going by Majohn now, Majohn. I'm not 100% sure if the truth in that or what it's, and I initially Googled this because I was trying to find the link to where I bought this on Amazon, and I finally found the listing on Amazon where I bought this exact pen, and it said Majohn Q1 Mini Fountain Pen, and I was like, wait a second, Majohn Fountain Pen? Did I get ripped off? Is this not a Moon Man pen? What did I buy? I was pretty sure I bought a Moon Man pen, and it says Majohn now. So then I looked it up, and it turns out they're like rebranding because their copyright got bought by Koiko. It seems like it's some sort of petty feud. They're trying to get back at each other, and none of them will talk to each other. They just won't get along. I feel like I don't know, like my parents are fighting. Like, I just want them both to be happy. I want nice pens from both of them. I like Koiko pens. I like Moon Man pens. Everyone seems to think that everyone, should be making pens that are about 1,000,000% different, when in the reality, everyone is almost forever going to be making pens that are about 90% the same, if not more. Everyone makes cars that look exactly the same. Mercedes-Benz, what's his name? Mr. Benz made the first car, and then what's his name? Ford made another car. Did Benz be like, hey, you copied me. It's got wheels, and it goes without horses. I'm going to file your copyright. I'm going to file your trademark over here in Europe and shut you down. I don't know. It should make sense to me. Like, I feel like this is how things grow and change and happen. Of course, I'm almost 100% sure I don't have the whole picture about any of this, so that's okay. Anyways, seems like there's a lot of drama. It's fine. Also, for the second drawing, I also realized that this shipped with another separate nib, which I managed to switch out effectively. It's a much finer nib. This one actually says Moonman on it instead of Jinhao. So I switched it out, switched out the ink, kind of transformed the pen. It feels a lot different. The Jinhao pen was much more, I think it was maybe a bold or a medium nib, slightly more flexible, more buttery. This Moonman one is a little bit more sharper and scratchier, but scratchy in a good way, in a way I like for drawing, much finer. And so it was good. I enjoyed pairing that with the black ink, and it felt a lot more like the sharp technical style of sketching that I like to do, with a lot less line variation. As far as, you press down and sometimes it changes the line width, but some people, I like that they included both nibs, because that way there's a little bit of something for everybody, and it's very easy to switch out. So that's good. Also, it's become clear to me with a slightly different angle of Googling that this is also of course, not the first type of pen with these strange dimensions. Some of you may have seen, for example, the Tombow egg pen, but even it seems like before that, as I saw by looking up on places like Vintage Pens blog, if you Google Japanese jumbo pens, there's tons of pictures of what look like regular vintage pens, but short and chubby, and they are very jumbo. They're this same shorter and wider, thicker pens. And it seems like this person who wrote this blog, Vintage Pens, thinks that it's just kind of a gag. It was just kind of for fun, even though some people thought for a long time maybe it was to help people with arthritis, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, I think it's interesting. These things have been around for almost 100 years, at least before World War II. And here we are. We got a cool, shiny new clear version with the magnifying glass in the cap. They have other non-clear versions too, but I don't know if they have magnifying glasses in the cap. That seems like a huge loss if they don't, but I think those ones are very ugly. They have like the weird chips of acrylic mixed in. They look like weird 70s countertops. Very ugly. I don't like those. I like this clear one. I do think that although the pen is shorter, that jumbo is a much more accurate way to describe this type of pen, this size and shape of pen. The way that Moonman or Majon or whatever this company is markets their pen as a mini. They also have another mini pen. I don't have that one. Maybe I should get it and see if it actually is mini. That they market this as a mini is a little bit misleading, especially on some of the sites where it has pictures. There's not much of anything to reference it to. You could easily buy this thinking that it would, be the size of like a Coeco Sport or something with the cap on, not some monstrosity the size of your forearm. Anyways, how's everything going with all of you? Anyone in school right now? Anyone working a job or something that's cool, interesting, worth noting? Retired? Raising a kid? I don't know. What else is there to do in life? Traveling? Looking at the waves? I do like looking at water. Also, exciting news. There's only 2 pages left in this sketchbook. So stay tuned. I'll try to polish it off soon in some upcoming near future videos. Oh, also going back to school, sometimes it seems like we turn in assignments and then like maybe the next class, we go through our work, right? It gets put up in front of the class and the professor asks like, okay, so what does everyone think about this? Kind of asking for feedback, criticisms, constructive criticism, hopefully. And sometimes the professor has certain things in mind they're looking for us to say, like they think, certain things could be fixed, and they're wondering if, other students have noticed, which is totally fine. And it's useful to have feedback from other people. But I feel like I'm one of the only people who, what I'm wondering is if I come across as someone who doesn't take feedback well or doesn't take criticism well because I feel like I'm the only one who tries to defend my work, right? Like I'm the only one who fights back a little. I feel like if someone brings up a legitimate point, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. And usually when they put it up on the screen or whatever, or it's pinned to the wall, I'm the first one to point out a few things that I was struggling with or that I don't think were as good as they could have been. And I'm open to suggestions, of course. I think I am. I'm trying to do some self-reflection here, right? But if they say something that I disagree with, I'm okay. It's okay to speak up, right? Like, sometimes I'm just like, no, I don't think so. Or is the purpose of this time for me to just, is it it's supposed to be a one-way street where I just take literally anything anyone says, like if they're like, oh no, you should have used more of this color or more of that color. Do I just take it, store it away for later, think about it? But I've already been thinking about it a lot because I'm the one who made the piece. And if they say, maybe you should have used more blue, I'm like, I think I used just enough blue. Look, it's there, and there. I don't want to use more blue. More blue would make it look bad and unbalanced and too blue. Then I come off looking like I don't take critique well. But maybe they're bad at critiquing. Huh? Maybe they have bad ideas. Should I just shut up and take it? Anyways, all right, see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And, like I always say, like and subscribe. All right, goodbye.